Hello. Did you know that skincare products sell for about $140 billion dollars a year? And it will grow and double in the next 10 years or 5 years. So, and did you know that skincare treatments are about $6 trillion this year? Yeah, crazy numbers. But are skincare products just treating the symptoms? Meaning, are we spending all this money on all these products and services and so on, and not really fixing the real issue here? Okay, why I'm at this topic is because I think it's something that everyone can relate to, and also something I've seen myself for other people, is how much our diet has to do with how our skin is doing. So let's have a bit of a reflection here. So about let's say 12 years ago, I got these psoriasis patches on my body, and they were not firstly like affecting me that much, but then I suddenly got in my face, and I was in my late 20s, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And I remember I did some kind of detox, whatever I was doing, and that detox, back then I had no idea what I was doing, but basically I just did some kind of fruitarian kind of shebang, meaning I mostly ate fruit, and I did that for a week or 10 days or something like that, and it actually reversed my psoriasis patch slightly, so that seemed to help. So at first I thought, well, maybe it was because of this diet, or was it because I didn't have other stressors on my body, meaning I didn't drink alcohol, I didn't drink coffee, and I didn't eat other stuff like I used to do. So chili, whatever. And but yeah, I didn't think so much about that back then. But yeah, then I've had, we tend to get these kind of skin issues, rashes, eczema, patches, acne, and stuff like that. And we just live with it and think this is normal, this is just who I am, and so on. But as I see it, usually it's the body's first signal to say that something is off in our diet, something is off in maybe in our hormonal system. And as we know, like the hormonal system can be affected by our diet, by exercise, by stress. And what I've figured out after, now being a bit more aware, is that I've seen many people getting rid of like severe eczema, where like the skin is open, to getting like perfect skin just by changing their diet. And sometimes, and to be honest, like I've seen this when people go from just standard diet where they kind of eat out, they eat whatever they want. They don't eat maybe too much calories, they don't drink too much alcohol, but they just, eat some pizza, eat some pasta, they eat some, regular foods, and slowly they get all these kind of skin issues, and then they use all these kind of moisturizers, and they use all kind of products, and it still doesn't seem to go away. And then, they go for something that is a bit more extreme, like they would go for a vegan diet without any processed foods, or they would go carnivore without any processed foods. And lo and behold, they then seem to be able to reverse these issues. And it is usually this like first signal of like, oh, something has been going on with their diet that wasn't supporting their health, maybe. And I have another like analogy or hypothesis why the skin breaks up and why the skin gets dry and why the skin gets eczema and patches and so on, is that if you think about your body has like these white blood cells, we have our internal systems for fighting viruses, diseases, and stuff like that coming into your body. And there's just a limited amount of defense in our body. So think about like an army in your body, and you have 100,000 soldiers, and there's an attack going on in your gut system, and the body is going to send 20,000 soldiers, and it's going to be able to take care of that. There's going to be maybe there's inflammation going on in the shoulder. It's 20,000 soldiers going there, and everything is nice and dandy. But the soldiers in the gut are fighting for years, and like that inflammation just never drops, and it continues to come more and more enemies. So you go out and drink alcohol 3-4 weekends in a row. You go, you eat some heavily processed foods like 5 weeks in a row, and suddenly the body needs to send like 50,000 soldiers, 60,000 soldiers, and now something else happens. You get a cold, and now you have 50,000 soldiers fighting that cold, and there's not enough soldiers to go to the skin and help out with whatever is going on infection-wise there. And that's the hypothesis. Like, I think that it just helps us to maybe create an idea of what is happening with the body and how we can have limited resources of some of these things. I think you can improve it by, you have better vitamin D and calcium and stuff like that. But I think you will definitely have some help of thinking of your body in some kind of limitation in their resources. And if you have any issues with your skin and so on, it might make sense to look into your diet and what diet should you do and everything. I just think, first of all, you want to strip all the processed foods, meaning anything that comes in a package with ingredients list. You should just not eat that, and think about eating more anything that is fresh, that just doesn't hold that long. So that means mostly it's going to be fresh vegetables, fresh meats, fresh dairy, and for some people dairy might also be a problem. And to be honest, what I've seen in the vegan world, like people being heavily vegan for years, is that they also tend to get all these skin issues after a while. And it's because of nutrient deficiencies usually, and then they need to start to re-implement full sources of nutrients, aka mostly or usually meat, or heavily supplementing with stuff. But yeah, we try to do the best we can, and I'm just saying that all these skin products, thousands and thousands of euros that people spend on those, could be saved by just eating better and taking care of our diet, basically. And I think we can get there. Something that is very interesting is that right now in in the US, you've probably seen Mr. JFK, Robert Jr. Kennedy. He has said he will go and fight the big food industry and pharma industry, but there's a lot of misrepresentation of what he really wants and stands for. I would really recommend to actually listen to what he has to say. I think like the message in Germany is like that he's very anti-vax and that is very not true. And it is he has a good analogy. It's like just because you don't eat every fish from the ocean doesn't mean that you're not a fisherman when you're fishing. And I think if you listen to him, it makes a lot of sense, and he's probably wrong in many other things. But in the case of food, he has some good points. So he has been pointing out like this huge problem with seed oils, and there's just so much evidence out there now that seed oils are not very good for the body, and it makes all sense if you even look into how seed oils are produced, why we even eat them. Then you start to understand that, I might not eat these, and then you start to look at what is cheap in the supermarket. Every product that is cheap has some kind of seed oil in it, and it started with that seed oils were a rest product in the production, and they were using as lubricants for machines. And this is just the rest products, and they figured out a way to for the body to take up the seed oils. Anyways, you should look it up, and you should probably also listen to JFK a bit. And it doesn't mean you have to go and believe everything he says or think he's a great person, but we always have to start with listening to and reading what people actually say and not what the media says about someone. That's my best tip for you, or for myself for that matter. So very good. I wish you a great week, and thank you for listening. Take care.